So today we are going to discuss Bhagavad-Gita Sloka 9.33, chapter 9, verse 33. I will read the verse, synonyms, translation, and then purport. The verse is as follows. Kim punar brahmanah punya bhakta rajarshayasthatha anityam asukam lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. Synonyms: Kim, how much; Punaha, again; Brahmanaha, brahmanas; Punyaha, righteous; Bhaktaha, devotees; Rajarshayah, saintly kings; Tatha, also; Anityam, temporary; Asukam, full of miseries; Lokam, planet; Imam, this; Prapya, gaining; Bhajasva, be engaged in loving service; Mam, unto me. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. How much more is this so of the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings? Therefore, having come to this temporary, miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. Purport: in this material world, there are classifications of people, but after all, the world is not a happy place for anyone. It is clearly stated here, Anityam Asukam Lokam. This world is temporary and is full of miseries, not inhabitable for any sane gentleman. The world is declared by the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be temporary and full of miseries. Some philosophers, especially Mayavadi philosophers, say that this world is false, but we can understand from the Bhagavad Gita that the world is not false, it is temporary. There is a difference between temporary and false. The world is temporary, but this world is temporary, but there is another world which is eternal. This world is miserable, but the other world is eternal and blissful. Arjuna was born in a saintly royal family. To him also the Lord says, take to my devotional service and come quickly back to Godhead, back home. No one should remain in this temporary world, full as it is with miseries. Everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. The devotional service of the Supreme Lord is the only process by which all problems of all classes of men can be solved. Everyone should therefore take to Krishna consciousness and make his life perfect. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, as it was said in the purport, this world is Anityam, Asukam, and Lokam. Lokam is the planet, and these are the characteristics of this planet. That Anityam, temporary; Asukam is full of miseries. This world, in the 8th chapter, this world, Krishna also describes that this world is Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, which is also again the same thing, that but full of miseries and temporary. We have somehow or other we have come here in this material world, and we have landed here because we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna. But then now, since we are here, we must go back to Godhead by performing devotional service. And as it is written that everyone should attach himself to the bosom of the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that he can be eternally happy. And we should take to Krishna consciousness and make our life perfect. Here the process of bhakti is also described, that everybody should take shelter of the Supreme Lord. And bhakti is a simple and universal process, and it frees us from the bondage of work. So when we are completely dedicated to serving the Supreme Lord, at that time he understands that this soul from his heart he wants to come back to me, and so he will take the soul back to him. And one should also take shelter of the Supreme Lord's devotees. In this verse, in relation to the taking shelter of the Supreme Lord's devotees, there is another verse in the second canto, fourth chapter, 18th verse, in connection to this, that Kirata Hunandra Pulindra Pulkasha Abira Shumba Yavana Khasadayah Yenne cha Papa Yatapa Shraya Shraya Shuddyanti Tasmai Prabha Vishnave Namaha. Kirata, Huna, Andhra, Pulindra, Pulkasha, Abira, Shumbha, Yavana, members of the Khasa races and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotees of the Lord due to his being the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. So, by endeavor, by association of devotees, by reading scriptures, by chanting the holy name, one understands that he is the soul and not the body. And then the process of bhakti, he undergoes the process of bhakti, and then he finally becomes a fully surrendered soul to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here in this chapter, verses 26 to 34 in the 9th chapter are the glories of directly performing devotional service. What happens, Krishna says that Krishna glorifies the process of devotional service by saying that if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit or water, I will accept it, in the 26th verse. And in the 27th he says that whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. And then in the 28th verse he describes what you will get, and he says that in this way you will be freed from the bondage of work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. And with this, with your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and you will come to me. This is the thing that we are getting upon doing this activities. But our mind should not go to these things. It should not be that because I am getting this profit that I will go back to the Supreme Lord and I will be freed from the bondage of work. That should not be the thought process. The thought process should be that the Supreme Lord is getting pleasure in this, and that is why we should do it. And he also says in the 29th verse that I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. In the 30th he says that he again glorifies, and he says that even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is considered to be saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. And then again he describes and he says that he quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. And O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. And in the 32nd he again describes who can take shelter to what is the he says that there is no discrimination to take shelter of caste, creed, gender, etc. O son of Pritha, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants and Shudras, workers, can attain the supreme destination. In today's verse, we saw that how much more is this so of the righteous Brahmanas, the devotees, and the saintly kings. Therefore, having come to this temporary miserable world, engage in loving service unto me. And in the next verse, that is the last verse of chapter 9, he describes further by saying that engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances unto me and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. And also there is this verse of 10.14.8 in this connection, that tattenu kampam susamikshamano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam ridvag vapurbhir vidathan namaste jiveta yo mukti padesadaya bak. That O my dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances with his heart, words, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. By following this process of devotional service, we get cleansed of our anarthas that we have accumulated for over millions and millions of lifetimes. And this process won't be easy. It is simple for the people who are liberated already and who have gotten the mercy. But then for people who have the anarthas accumulated from the past many lives, for them they have to progress step by step in this process, and then finally Krishna accepts us. And this material world is not a fit place for any sane gentleman to live. It has been created by the Supreme Lord because we wanted to enjoy separate from him, and thus he has sent us here. And this material world is only 1/4 of the creation. The remaining 3/4 of the creation is the spiritual world, which like 1/3 of the creation is the material world, and 2/3 of it is the spiritual world. The spiritual world is eternal, and it is everlasting, and it is blissful. So we should all endeavor to go back to that same place from where we have come, and we can serve Krishna in the supreme his supreme abode and planet. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.